Hi, this is Harsha Venkatesh from Dwight Funds. I recently got a very interesting question from one of my friends who was asking, hey, should I now buy gold because Modi is telling not to buy gold? Okay, that's an interesting question. And what is happening to Rupee? Because Rupee is losing its value quite rapidly. What used to be sub 90 rupees, let's say it was around 85 to 86 rupees per dollar. Now it is 95 to 96 rupees. So it is over 10% decline, and it's happened at a very rapid pace. So now let's take a step back and analyze why this is happening. So there are a few reasons. Number one, of course, India is very heavily dependent on oil imports, and oil imports happen in dollar values. So essentially around 35% of India's imports are basically oil. So where are you importing oil from? Middle East, Russia, other places. Middle East, issue is now there is a war happening, because of which the crude oil prices have gone up. What used to be $60-70 per barrel now has breached $100 per barrel. If this is the value, or which is the trend which continues, that is number one. Number two, you notice that exports are not growing in the same way as imports, because you are dependent on oil so much. If you're paying more, immediately your import bill increases. However, you're not exporting as much more, because you're exporting standard services, IT services, pharmaceuticals, even petroleum products, other products, chemicals, so on and so forth. But your exports are not increasing in the same pace as your imports are increasing. So there's a balance of payment difference, that the dollar reserves are also going down a little bit. The third aspect is, how does India usually make up for the difference? So dollar has to come from somewhere. Either you are exporting things, getting dollars. Another thing is, you are probably taking more loan to get dollars. Third aspect, Indians who are abroad, let's say people who are in Middle East, people who are in the US, people who are in Europe, they'll expatriate dollars back to India, because they want to invest in India, they want to provide money here, they want to buy something, so on and so forth. They send their dollars here. So when you're sending dollars, that is when you will be able to say that I'm going to have these much extra dollars which are available for me for import and so on and so forth. Now what is happening, the kind of expat money which is coming in, that is not increasing at the same dramatic pace as the oil prices shot up. So with all of these three things, number one is oil imports shooting up in terms of dollar value, is Modi's message of not buying gold. Is that something you should follow? See, in my humble opinion, you have to always hold something in a currency which is not going to lose value. So Indian households traditionally have always bought gold for this one reason. So you're not losing value. You have to hold value. Gold has been a good store of values for centuries. You should always have a portion of your wealth in value holding currencies or value holding assets. It could be land, it could be real estate, it could be gold, it could be other precious commodities, not diamond, because you have so much of man-made diamond coming in. I would not consider that as a hard value holding asset. Gold would be a good value holding asset. But how much of gold should you hold? You cannot have 100% of your wealth in gold. It can be a 10%, it can be a 5%, it can be a smaller portion of your wealth which is in gold. The remaining should be in value increasing assets. So what are value increasing assets? Value increasing assets are nothing but if you are owning a portion of a company, multi-asset type of a fund which you buy. So these are the things which I would say you should hold for not just 1 year, 2 years. You hold it for a period of time, 3 to 5 years. Any investment has to be made with a 3-year or a 5-year horizon. So that's the message I would like to give all of you.